Of so little weight are the greatest services to princes when put into the balance with a refusal to gratify their passions. In men, desire begets love, and in women, love begets desire. Books, like their authors, have no more than one way of coming into the world, but there are 10,000s to go out of it and returned no more. The tiny Lilliputian surmise that Gulliver's watch may be his god, because it is that which he admits he seldom does without consulting. If for someone you have become bad, then you have done a lot of good for him. Some men, under the notion of weeding out prejudice, eradicate virtue, honesty, and religion. How vain an attempt it is for a man to endeavor to do himself honor among those who are out of all degree of equality or comparison with them. What they do in paradise, we do not know, but we know exactly what they don't do there. They don't get married. Satire is a sort of glass wherein beholders do generally discover everybody's face but their own, which is the chief reason for that kind reception it meets within the world, and that so very few are offended with it. For in reason, all government without the consent of the governed is the very definition of slavery. The latter part of a wise person's life is accompanied with curing the follies, prejudices, and false opinions they contracted earlier. 2 rules for any courtier: always keep your cool and never keep your word. Truth shines the brighter clad in verse. Modesty brings nothing except good. As love without esteem is capricious and volatile, esteem without love is languid and cold. He was a bold man that first ate an oyster. Laws are like cobwebs, which may catch small flies, but let wasps and hornets break through. To be angry is to take revenge on oneself for the mistakes of others. A wife should always be a reasonable and agreeable companion, because she cannot always be young. The lie flies and the truth limps after. Live every day as your last, because one of these days it will be. The best doctors in the world are Dr. Diet, Dr. Quiet, and Dr. Merringman. No wise man ever wished to be younger. Books are the children of the brain. Vision is the art of seeing things invisible. Elephants are always depicted smaller than life size, and a flea is always depicted more. Poor nations are hungry, and rich nations are proud, and pride and hunger will never be at variance. An argument is a conversation of the worst sort. The stoical scheme of supplying our wants by whooping off our desires is like cutting off our feet when we watch shoes. I never wonder to see man wicked, but I often wonder to see them not ashamed. Laws are best explained, interpreted, and applied by those whose interest and abilities lie in perverting, confounding, and eluding them. Every man desires to live long, but no man wishes to be old. It is a miserable thing to live in suspense. It is the life of the spider. When a great genius appears in the world, you may know him by this sign, that the dunces are all in confederacy against him. Words are the clothings of our thoughts. One enemy can do more hurt than 10 friends can do good. There is no one so blind as they that won't see. We are happy when our wit is laughed at, but not our stupidity. There is no such absurdity that some or other philosophers would not defend as truth. There are few, very few, that will own themselves in a mistake. It is unless to attempt to reason a man out of a thing he was never reasoned into. The biggest and most sincere part of our prayers are complaints. Power is no blessing in itself, except when it is used to protect the innocent. We have just enough religion to make us hate, but not enough to make us love one another. Honesty has no defense against superior cunning. Happiness is the perpetual possession of being well deceived. The cottagers and laborers keep their children at home, their business being only to fill and cultivate the earth, and therefore their education is the little consequence to the public. Forget hurt, but never forget kindness. Men are never serious, thoughtful, and intent, as when they are at stool. Whoever makes ill returns to his benefactor must be a common enemy to the rest of mankind, from where he has received no obligations, and therefore such man is not fit to live. No one is as prone to envy as self-abased people. Women look at men like a cat looks at a mouse. Falsehood flies and truth comes limping after it, so that we men come to be undeceived. It is too late. Dream, for by beauty of your dreams you will take your place in the future. Undoubtedly, philosophers are in the right when they tell us that nothing is great or little otherwise than by comparison. There is no absolute success in the world, only constant progress. Proper words in proper places make the true definition of style. There is nothing permanent in this world except impermanence. A soldier in a Yahoo hired to kill in cold blood as many of his own species who have never offended him as possibly he can. In disputes, like in war, the weak side kindles fires and makes a lot of noise so that the enemy thinks that it is stronger than it really is. As blushing will sometimes make a pass for a virtuous woman, so modesty may make a fool seem a man of sense. Good manners is the art of making people comfortable. Whoever makes the fewest people uncomfortable has the best manners. Entertainment is the happiness of those who cannot think. God grant you live all the days of your life. A tavern is a place where madness is sold in bottles. The reason there are so few happy marriages is that young women spend their time making nests, not making cages. Punning is a talent which no one affects to despise, but he that is without it. You should never be ashamed to admit you have been wrong. It only proves you are wiser today than yesterday. The favorite pastime of men, children, and other animals is a brawl. Actually, very few people live for today. Most are preparing to live later. No person can disobey reason without giving up his claim to be a rational creature. Coffee makes us severe and grave and philosophical. Which quotes from Jonathan Swift did you like? Please share your thoughts in the space provided below. Please click the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to A Wise Person Once Said for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video.